cash accumulate over days and chase that check for days. Let cash accumulate over days and chase that check for days. Let cash accumulate over days and chase that check for days. Let cash accumulate over days and chase that check for days.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Today is Monday, June 19th, Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth to all my colored people, to all of my people who are not even colored, but you got independence, all my people who got spirit. Shout out to you, man. Happy Juneteenth. This is our day. This is our moment. Man, let's celebrate like never before. Remember, this holiday just got started. I'm seeing a lot of people worldwide complain about having to work on this type of day, but you gotta understand this holiday really just came to the color. So nothing racist at all, obviously. But we did just get a holiday that was just created for us, for our culture. If you're African American or if you just, you understand it. It's not about color, but you get it. We just got a holiday. So let things take time in the future. Obviously, worldwide, eventually, long term, in the years to come, that holiday, everybody will be getting that day off and paid. So just keep that in mind. This just started, but happy Juneteenth, man. I hope y'all had a wonderful weekend. It was a long weekend. It was a long weekend, man. A lot of talk in the market. As you can see here, we got data pulled up. This is what you need to know this week. This is what's been going on. People have been, been really talking here. It's time. It's go time here. So it looks like the market is confirmed on things. But we're gonna get into that momentarily here. First and foremost, before we go any further here, y'all must know that this is recap coverage from the stock and crypto market. These are live ideas of thought and studies. This is not financial advice on this stream or with this company. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into what happened here over the weekend and what you need to prepare for this week going further here. So pretty much a lot of stuff happened, as you can see. We're going to start off with the housing data. That's because that's what's going on tomorrow. First thing first. That's looking at all the real estate and not only real estate construction in general. But it looks like there are going to be a lot of Fed speakers this week, you guys. And Jerome Powell, some people call him Papa Powell. For real, it's serious out here. But he's the leader. He's that guy. He's your guy. He makes the printer go. Brr. So he has to testify this week twice on Capitol Hill in front of the Senate and the House this week. So that is really your major issue here this week, going into next week and further. And it looks like the market digestion. These are some images of Jerome Powell. This is him right here. This is a real picture of him. That's your guy right there. This is what's going on. So he has a testimony this week. It's going to be very key. The market could really, start to reverse if he start to say some things that people don't want to hear, or things can really take off. As you can see, people are making memes. No time for puts right now. Inflation is transitory. They're trying to say he doesn't care about anything as far as going down right now. He's just up guy. He's very hawkish. The Fed is hawkish right now. So bull market rally continues despite hawkish Fed. What to do now? Everybody's asking what's going on. What to do? LCA, what you gonna do? What's going on? Oh my gosh, LCAOD, what's going on? Look. Y'all calm it down. Calm down. That's first and foremost. Calm down. Relax. Let them do what they're gonna do because they're gonna do it regardless. Be patient. Be patient. Remember, humble thyself, and you shall be fine. Going further, it's really nothing concerning towards you. It's just you need to know as an investors out here, just know what's going on. Just and be ready for the direction. That's key. So that's what you need to know, and that's what you need to do now is be humble, be patient. Let all this information that's about to happen this week, this day to digest and go through. Everybody gonna say what they gonna say right now over the weekend. Obviously, the market has been closed for a while. It's gonna be a short week this week. It was a lot of volatility last week. The market went extremely up, and people are excited. Friday did close bearish, and we're going to get into that momentarily here. But, that's pretty much what you need to expect. This is Powell, though. Like I said, he's the guy this week. He's your key, really. The testimony, top 5 things to know. We're looking at Powell, like I said, really closely. Like I said, the Fed, basically, it's a bull market, and, they're hawkish about things. So just meaning basically things can just get higher. They can just get higher at this point. So that's what they're kind of throwing out there. That's what the data's summing up. And people are buying into it, and it's starting to happen. So just be cautious. Obviously things can take a reversal here, depending on what he is about to say in this testimony and what they are about to ask him. So it's just key factors. I know people don't want to do it or hear information like that or get into politics and do stuff like that, but it is what it is. This is really the stuff that's pertaining to the way investors get paid. And if you're investing, this is what it's all about. So we're going to see right now they're saying Powell is slam dunking on the Bears. So they don't care right now. The Fed doesn't care. A Fed rate hike playground, they're saying. And their Bears are obviously mad here. Right here, you see Powell's dating the bull here right now in this market, and it's going up. You can see that, and he's also giving out rate cuts to the bulls when he got a little fat pivot on them every now and then. So these are memes, but this is real life here. It's really happening. So read through it here, but that's really what's going on. This is Powell. Like I said, we're gonna see what he's talking about this week, and you got a lot of bears starting to throw in more money here. They think it's a top coming in. Bulls are really frustrated with that, as you can see, a lot of screaming, yelling going on here. Everything going on. Elon Musk is involved. Like, what's up? Like, you want me to go higher? Like, he doesn't know. Whatever he wants to do, he's confused, and everybody's just like that. So it is what it is, man. That's just what it is right now. Like I said, Powell's very there. The Fed is very hawkish, and he's gonna have his partners, the speakers. They're gonna all be speaking here this week. It's gonna be key. The FOMC member Williams tomorrow, actually 11:45 a.m. is speaking. So this is going to kick off the Fed speaker speaking this week, and it's going to be a lot of volatility because they didn't speak prior last week or the week before. They were on vacation, so they're back. Fed speakers are back. You guys just got back from vacation, and they're talking. They're about to tell us some stuff. They done had some talks. It looks like they got to tell us some stuff here about the market, and the market's going to react to it. So be prepared for it. And it's a lot of talk about a lot of stuff. Obviously, you have the banks collapsing, all that situation, and banks recovering, and banks are about to take off. So you still got that going on. And that's really what the Fed is mainly looking at. They really are kind of being to the point where they said, the inflation is completely gone. They're confident that inflation is completely gone. Now, investors, consumers like, you and I, the general public here, regular people, we're not seeing inflation go away. This is just market stuff where it's going away at. So that's what's going on right now currently, and then you still got to worry about it. It can reverse. You can start to see inflation come back in the market, and, it can go down. So we're looking at everything closely here. Obviously, LA cash accumulate over days. That's what it's all about. So Powell testimony Wednesday, 10 a.m. You feel me? That's the key. That day, Wednesday, 10 a.m. He's speaking in front of the Senate or House. I have no idea which one is going first, but he's speaking testimony. Tune into that day. It's going to be live. They're going to be live streaming it. And then you got Wednesday, also member Jefferson is speaking as well at 10 a.m. So Wednesday as well, I see another member, Goolsby, is speaking, 11:40. So Wednesday's a very impactful day for our speakers. And Waller Thursday, 4 a.m. That's going to be while everyone should be resting. If you're on the eastern side of the world, then that's pre-market. So we'll see that that's the start of pre-market. So we'll see what Waller says when everyone wakes up that day. Powell testimony on Thursday. Again, he's back. Jerome Powell, you guys. So that's the key. Like I said, Thursday, 10 a.m. So just be on the lookout for that. Remember, it's a short week, but that's the key, man. Powell speaking here. So top 5 things to know. Fed Chair Powell testimony. It just went over that. The U.S. flash PMI surveys. You got U.S. housing data. FedEx earnings, you guys. This week's most notable earnings this week, you guys. You got FedEx tomorrow after the close. Now you got this was published yesterday, as you can see. But by Bill Peters, he said he's asking folks, and this is going to be really factored into their earnings report tomorrow after the close. Are Americans starting to buy more stuff? FedEx results will have part of the answer. So, there's obviously a big earnings watch. Investors will be focused on FedEx's massive cost-cutting efforts, and that's the key. That massive cost-cutting effort, whatever that is, if that's good or bad, that's going to be the key to your FedEx going to really go up here in price, or if FedEx is really going to go down here in price. So, FedEx earnings, you guys, be on the lookout for that this week. Tomorrow after the close, that's very key. Good earnings this week. Really small earnings this week. So, FedEx, it's some names that stick out. FedEx, FactSec, and CarMax will probably be your top big 3 this week. KB Homes is a good one as well. But I'm talking far as payments here. FedEx, is going to be key tomorrow, you guys. Looks like this short week, FedEx is going to, really give us a profitable investment here. It is an earnings play, though. You all know here, if you've been here before, you all do know that, earnings plays are 50-50. It is a stock casino at that moment when you play before. It's best to play afterwards. That is safe. But sometimes playing before, like I said, it is 50-50. It's a hit or miss. You're gonna be profitable or either direction, or it's gonna miss. It's gonna not do anything. So it's one or the other with earnings before. Just remember that. And then, after the fact here, obviously it's best to wait, they say, because, it's going to make its move and you don't have to try to play it before it does its move. So be looking at that closely. And, FedEx is going to move. So be looking at FedEx, like I said, closely tomorrow after the close, you guys. And that's pretty much it. And remember, Wall Street today was closed Monday for Juneteenth. Right now, today, the market is closed. The market will reopen tomorrow, short week. But we got a lot of economic data here. Housing starts, building permits start. And then you got jobless claims on Thursday and existing home sales Thursday. Services PMI Friday. Manufacturing PMI Friday. That's the economic data to be following this week. You got your week ahead watch list here. I'm giving you free game here ahead of time. This would be the time to be looking into this stuff here, or just look into it in general and just see if it's what it is. What LCAOD is pretty much stating here, what's going to be factoring, what's key, and what's going to be profitable for this week and going further. But Wednesday, it is the big day. Tomorrow, like I said, I would be looking out for housing, just the housing starts data and FedEx earnings. That's the key tomorrow, you guys. And Wednesday, like I said, Powell testimony, and Feds Jefferson and Goolsbee, their comments. That's key. Thursday, and KBH Homes, their earnings. That's going to be key. That's a real estate stock. So Thursday, Powell testimony again. He's coming back, and jobless claim data. So very key Thursday. Existing home sales. And Friday, services PMI data, and CarMax earnings. So we're going to be looking at CarMax earnings as well, and it's pertaining to the Dow Jones, the SPY, S&P 500, QQQs, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, DIA. So that's pretty much it on that data. But yeah, that is it right here going over the weekend. That's pretty much how people feel. Bull market rally continues despite hawkish Fed. So just told you what you should do, could do, think about doing, best to do. Have patience. Let's get into the charts and numbers here. I ain't gonna hold y'all up here on this wonderful Juneteenth. We're gonna go over this quick, fast, and a hurry. Try to do this a little swiftly here, but indices did close bearish. You must know this. On Friday, it's been a 3-day weekend here. The market was closed today. The indices did close bearish, you guys. And what ended up really happening was the market really hit a key resistance level, as LCAOD been telling you. That level of resistance right here, there was a bear or a group of bears there, they're bloodthirsty. They're blood spies. So they're not gonna let you get past a certain level before they can get involved, if that would make sense to you. So they're bearish on the economy right now. And the market tagged that level Friday and got rejected completely from the opening. So it was pretty much, I would say right now, the Bears have slight momentum. We're in a bull market. They're just mad because they're bloodthirsty. They're blood spies and they're blood triple Qs and DIAs. So they're all for, like I said, they're going down. That's what the bear is, and the bull is for going up. So the market do be mixed every now and then. They call it a kangaroo. That's when you gotta really be thinking. So put your thinking caps on. I think coming up this week, I think that's what's going to be happening. But I think you get your direction when the Powell testimony starts towards it ending. And I think that's where the market is heading from whatever he's about to say. And it is what it is. So pay attention closely here. But at the end of the day, you guys, overall market, it did close bearish on Friday. Like I said, hit a key level of resistance. Resisting meaning the market did top out. It can't go up any higher until you can find more buyers. We got a lot of sellers at a point where it had to fall. And now the market is really, like I said, the bears got slight momentum, but we're still in a bull market, if that makes sense. So that's what you need to know. Here is what you see. We're at a key level of resistance, and they're mad. They're pissed off right now. The bears are. They're losing a lot of profit. Be respectful, though. Here's SPY. SPY. So the SPY, you guys, 439. 439. Close. As you can see here, 443 open on Friday. S&P-Y. S&P-Y Spider, that's what they call it. S&P 500. This is an ETF. This is a trust fund. This, if you're new to this, if you're just tuning in and you're just now getting in here, it's just now clicking with you, or you just, like I said, you're new to this. The SPY is everything far as big tech and energy. All those companies, Tesla, for example, Tesla, Apple, Netflix, Google. You get what I'm saying? All of them combined, that makes the SPY. So that's what it is. So that's why we look at that the most. This is the only thing you can invest and trade in this, and basically you're investing into the whole entire market, if that makes sense, instead of picking an individual company. So this is what this is. The SPY, triple Qs, Dow, DI, IWM, and the VIX is the speed of the market. We go over this every week. We go over this every day, pretty much. This is your basics tools here. You need to know here what's going on. It keeps you updated on what's going on. This is how you know what's going on. So the SPY here, like I said, opened up 443, got rejected right here, you guys. So where I circled that, got rejected. That's your resistance. The resistance meaning it topped out, meaning it can't go back up until you can find more buyers. So as you can see, it did sell off and it consolidated. It tried to go back up here at 442.37. Another rejection took you down to that 439 level. So now we're lower here. We're below 440, which is not looking good for the bulls, meaning we do have a top that's in here. I'm going to circle this whole key here, right area. Just focus on that. Follow with me. This is your top here, you guys. The top is in right now. So the bears do have momentum from that sell-off on Friday. And really, it was just a profit-taking sell-off. That's really what it looks like. It does seem as if the bulls can push right back higher here easily. And that looks like that's going to be their targets here, you guys. I'm going to give you wide ranges here because it's the beginning of the week. as the week progresses, I'll be giving you shorter targets here, letting you know updates on what they're thinking and where it's going here. So you can just kind of read the algorithms here. It looks like here, like I said here, wide range to the upside. I'm just looking for a 445 back test to the upside. That'll give the Bulls their full momentum. They can do that by tomorrow, Friday, whenever next week. They just need to do it, you guys. That keeps the Bulls back up. That keeps the market steady at a bull market. I think you get more bears to clear out, and then that test of 450. Remember, their target is 450, and that's where they want to go. So we're not going to check it off yet, but be checking it off soon here. That's the upside levels on the SPY, you guys. That's clearly what's in play here now. Now, looking at it from both perspectives here, you guys, the Bears do have momentum. They did claw to the downside. We do have a top that's in. I just circled this real big here for you. So could be if this 439 level doesn't hold, the next low level here will be your 436 to 435.70 target here to the downside. I think that evens out with this over here now. And you know, the SPY could really be pulling back here, depending on what Jerome Powell is saying, you guys. You really got to look at it from both perspectives here. If that level right there don't hold, the next low level the SPY is definitely going to take it back to is about that 430 level here. I think the Bears, they're going to feel really, really comfortable if they can get the market to come all the way back down to that point. Because not right now. There will be more bears getting wiped out here. So that's just the levels there on the SPY you should be looking out for here, you guys, going further. Going into looking at what's all this data is about to come into existence here. And, you know, like I said, this could happen any day now or, you know, next week, whenever. But these levels are coming. One of these directions is coming. One of these ways, one of these numbers here to the SPY. So that's what we're looking out for. Triple Qs, same with them. They opened up 372. This is the NASDAQ, you guys. This is what's causing the video and all that, Netflix, etc., to go up. But Triple Q's 372.50 here. Huge rejection there at the open on Friday. It went right back to 370. It did try to retest once 371, twice 371. It tried to retest. And it looks like a third try, 371. It tried to 371.29. It tried to retest to the upside, but failed. And that was your last chance that the Bears really caught in. That bear, like I said, there's resistance really kicked in. And it went down here, you guys, and it closed right at 368. So now we know, looking at this point here, if the Bulls want momentum back here, the upside levels we're looking out for here, LCAOD, you guys, going further. You need to get back to 370, 250 here, you guys. Their next target was at 374 to 375. So they need to get back above here, 370, 250 here. You know, to really regain that bullish momentum and keep the bull market strong as it has been the past 6 months. So that's where we're looking out for now. Here on the triple Qs, you guys, to the upside. And remember that summer target is still there, 386. That's could be by the end of July, mid-July, into August, early August. But yeah, early September here, 386 is a target here. That's that summer target, end of summer target for the triple Qs. That's still their upside level. Don't forget about that if you're going long. But yeah, these are the upside levels here you want to be looking out for here now. Considering all the data and what's could happen next, if Powell's speaking positive, you know, he's pushing higher, you guys, right back to where it was and to 375 there. Is going to be the next break there above, and then you just may see it straight to 380 to 386. So be on the look out for that on the upside levels. To the downside here, obviously top is in, just like the SPY triple Qs, top is in as well. Circled it right there so you can see what I mean. 368 here to the downside. So if that don't hold here, next level to be looking out for is about 364 here to the downside. That'll really, Bulls, like I said, Bulls are losing a little bit of momentum right now, just a little bit. Bears getting a little bit of momentum right now. This will really show a lot more bearish momentum if this does take place here. So that's the target they're trying to reach right now. Keep that in mind here. And you know that's what you should be looking out for here. The next level, if that doesn't hold, obviously look out for that 360 level, and it's gonna get critical right there on the triple Qs because a lot of people are saying the triple Qs is completely overbought, and it can be a lot of selling for them. So you know, be on the lookout for these two levels first and foremost. If they don't hold, it may be a massive sell-off coming to triple Qs. You just never know, but play it level to level, obviously. See which way it's going first and then get involved. DIA, Dow Jones here, about the same. Top is in for him, circling it right here. They did tag what that 345, got rejected, closed at 343. So still tremendously bullish, obviously. And they're tremendously bullish, obviously. They can really regain that back here. That's what I'm looking out for here. Right back to 345 here. First tier break. And then that next level, you guys, is 347.50 to the upside on the DIA. And possibly their target is at 350. That's their target. So you get the DIA at 350, you're going to see stocks really start to pull up here. You know, they're going to really pick up here on the Dow Jones sector foreign stocks. So they're going to really pick up. And we're looking at a couple Dow Jones companies here this week closely here to see what's going to end up happening on this DIA move. And, you know, and FedEx earnings as well it has a lot to do with the DIA. But, you know, the Dow Jones, you guys, is a strong sector. You know, a lot of companies are, you know, are at discounts in the Dow Jones, if that makes sense. So if those companies get to the price where they should be because they're undervalued right now, then you'll see the market really, really pick up here. You actually see the Dow Jones, the DIA catch up with the triple Qs. And, you know, oh man, holy moly. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's just what it is right there. The DIA, like I said, it was a correlation. If you're just now tuning into this, you may want to listen to this, but the DIA, the indices, you guys, far as the Dow Jones sector, that sector overall is 34,299 here. It's really worth more than the NASDAQ and the triple Qs, which is the NASDAQ is 15,069. The triple Qs is obviously way overbought, and it's not matching up with the Dow Jones being undervalued to the point where, you know, it's way more far as the whole industry as a whole being 34,000. So a lot of people saying that correlation is really going to catch up to itself, meaning like the Dow Jones is bound to take off here. You can see the Dow Jones trying to reach like 38,000 soon. And if that's the case, you guys, the Dow Jones stocks, I mean, will really pick up the market. And just some examples of Dow Jones stocks. I mean, I'm talking companies like, you know, Apple, American Express, Boeing, Caterpillar. We're looking at Boeing here this week. But Cisco Systems and, you know, a lot of companies, etc. Chevron, Disney, Goldman Sachs, IBM, Home Depot, JP Morgan, Lulu, McDonald's, Microsoft, so Nike, a lot of companies really, United Health, Visa, these companies, Walmart, these companies are at discounts. And if they, you know, the Dow Jones ETF starts to pick up, these companies are not going to be at discounts anymore. So it's just something to be looking at, you know, that correlation with the NASDAQ and the Dow Jones. Obviously is a tad bit off track. You know, but I think in the long term, if the market keeps going up like this, man, it'll catch up. The Dow Jones will definitely show what it's truly worth, and the triple Qs will still be high as well. But you know, the Dow Jones is just trying to, it's gonna start making sense to you basically. But these are the upside levels though here tomorrow. Like I said, I'm looking at them. DIA obviously a break back to 342 to the upside. A hold above 342, excuse me, to the upside, and then a break above 345, and then going to 347 to 350 is the DIA target. So that's the upside level here. And I'm looking out for it to expect here in the upcoming week, next week. to the downside because it can go either way. Obviously, you know, the market did close what? Bearish Friday, right? So, you know, bears might not be done clawing to the downside. Those bloodthirsty bears might not be done here, and they might really keep pouring in, clawing in, and really getting the market back down to what they really want, which will be okay still, depending on where they're going here. So the DIA to the downside here, you know, if it doesn't hold this 342 level, the next level is 340. If that 340 don't hold, the next level is 338 to the downside on the DIA. And expect consolidation right here. You can expect that consolidation is just going to, you know, try to dry it out there to the next low level to about 336 to the downside on the DIA. So these are the up and downside levels here. It can happen. It can go either way here. Going into tomorrow and by the end of the week. IWM. So these are little small caps. IWM Russell 2000. These little small cap companies, you know, could be getting weak here. You know, it looks like you know, the IWM is really topped out here. They haven't really tried to hit their target there, which is 190 to the upside. That's their target there. They really haven't tried to hit that here. Looking at the past month, it looks like, you know, we have found the top here as well in the IWM. So the IWM could be topping out as well here, you guys. This is your make it or break it point overall in the overall market for everyone. SPY, QQQ's, DIA, IWM. And it looks like, you know, right here is getting critical. So, you know, they're going to have to push back above here. The upside level is that 190 target now. It's to that point where you need to go ahead and break out of this consolidation period here. You know, you got a head and shoulders pattern going on. And, you know, it has to break out into a direction now. So that's the upside levels I'm expecting here on the IWM by the end of the week here. That's what they should be pushing forward towards going now. And that's what it is. Now to the downside, obviously top is in. Top is in. So if that 184 don't hold here, you guys, the next downside level on the IWM is 180 here, you guys, to the downside. And if that don't hold, the next level is 178 there to the downside. And that'll really, like I said, that's going to give you your bearish momentum fully. Those bloodthirsty bears are really going to be happy there. Those puts are going to be printing. And, you know, Powell could be topping the market out. It couldn't go either way here. So that's the levels I'm looking out for. VIX. The VIX, you guys. Volatility, the speed of the market, the direction of the market. The levels I'm looking out for on the VIX, you guys. The volatility, the speed of the market, the direction. It can go either way. As you can see, we got a red candle here. A huge red candle here to the downside, right? And you know the VIX correlation. If you're new to this, the VIX, if the VIX is up, the market is down. If the VIX is down, the market should be up. The trick, trap, frustrate, and fool crew, the market makers, they're trying to compete with your knowledge, your mental state right now. Don't get confused, you guys. I got a lot of people in the Discord, you know, add the new Discord, and if you could hit that like and subscribe button, you know, if you're not liking something, dislike, they got that button too. But the VIX, you guys, is trying to trick you right now. The market makers are trying to fool you. They're trying to trick you out of your position. They're trying to shake you out. I don't know which other way to put it, but that's what's going on. The correlation to the VIX is the same. It never changes. If the VIX is up, the market is down. If the VIX is down, the market is up. So, yes, you see the VIX is going down, and the market did go down Friday. That is correct, but that's the market makers trying to fool you. Look at the numbers here. When they start doing that, pay attention to the numbers. Where the VIX is at $13.53, meaning they filled the gap back down to the point where they closed all of this So just think now, right? If the VIX go down, tomorrow, the market is going up. If the target is 13 here, if the VIX get to $13, the market is going up from where you see it at. So that means, guess what? You should have brought the dip. Don't get confused here. They're gonna, like I said, they're gonna shake you out of your boots. But if you pay attention to the VIX, they will not have you. The VIX is the key. Like I said, it's the speed of the market. It's the direction of the market. It tells you everything you want to know and need to know. And that's what it is here. So the levels I am looking out for here on the VIX tomorrow, you guys, they closed at $13.53. So if they make a candle back up, a green candle back up here to $14 and possibly $15, then you can say, okay, hold on, the market is pulling back. The market is going to come down. You get what I'm saying? That's when you would start, thinking about, okay, the top possibly might be in because the VIX can spike. We are at a bottom on it. You know what I mean? If you do see that. Now, if you don't see that, that's a level to be looking out for. That can happen, so be on the lookout for that and expect that the market to come down if the VIX makes that move to the upside. Now, the downside level to the VIX, if you see the VIX break, like I said, 13, you guys, that's a new bottom. Phew! Back to the moon, the market. back to the bull ride, the market. Brought the dip, everybody, the market up, calls printing. You get what I'm saying? Shares being investors making their worth on their shares, getting paid dividends, a lot of positivity. Green. So these are the levels I'm looking out for on the VIX here, you guys, real closely, because its attention is getting broad here on this level of the VIX, of the volatility, of the speed of the market. And we know, like I say, either way, that's what's going to happen, and that's what we're prepared for overall. Don't get confused. Don't let the market makers trick you out your spot. Boeing. We're looking at Boeing this week, you guys. We're looking at Boeing this week. If you didn't know, if you've seen the headline, you do know we're looking at Boeing, JP Morgan, and Google. Starting here with Boeing first. Now, Boeing is a good company, obviously. Most of you know what Boeing is. They got these big old planes, these 759 planes, and the market capitalization is $132.345 billion. We'll leave it at that. It's Boeing. Look them up yourself if you don't know. But they're really big here on electronic technology and aerospace and defense. And it looks like that's going to be a very key factor going into the future. And, it looks like, that the economy's starting to pick back up. They're saying inflation is going away. A lot of people are traveling, so Boeing is one of these names here for the summer where they can get busy. And looking out here year to date, 1 year out or 5 years out, we need to zoom it on out when in doubt. They have a gap to fill right here, you guys. Boeing has a gap to fill right here at 250. And, they never filled it to the upside, but they did. They filled it to the point where it got rejected at 283, and it went down from that point on to 113. So, Boeing's back strong now. Obviously, this year has been bullish. It has been bullish with the overall market. That was your bottom. August of last year, June of last year, that was your bottom at Boeing. So if you're long on it, you're up in profits right now. And congratulations to you. But Boeing's right here bullish, and it looks like I said they're pushing to fill that gap. It's possibly to break out at 250 if you're going long on Boeing. It looks like that's a long target. That's a gap to fill, like I said, and that's a long target to go on Boeing. And like I said, a breakout here, just maybe a break above all of this over here. Possibly you could be going long. Boeing possibly is really undervalued. Like I said, this is part of the Dow Jones. And remember, I was telling you that correlation earlier. So, yeah, the Dow Jones is one of these. Like I said, it could be a discount at the DIA and all in Boeing and these names. You just never know. They got a lot of stuff going on with them as well. A lot of data. But Bowen's, like I said, they're really key here. You know, they're good. They're a great company. Good long term, good short term. They haven't been here in really, like I said, about a year or two. At the point where they're at now, so they closed at 220, and you know, upside levels. It looks like for Boeing here, they just need to get above that resistance at 222. If you see that break there, the next level will be 225 on Boeing. Boeing's going to take you to about 225 here to the upside. That's a key level to be watching out right there on Boeing. They're going to 225. That's a target they got going on this week, possibly next week. But Boeing, they can do it. They're going to do it here. If the market continues to strive up like this, 225 is where it's headed to 226. And, you know, that could be, you know, free game, free play right there. I'm giving you guys here before it starts. Hopefully it's not gapped up pre-market, but it looks like it can grind on up to 225 here to the upside once it break above 222. Now, if it doesn't look like it's going that way, you guys, that's the upside levels. To the downside, this could be your top. Looking at the overall market, you know, we're gonna have to honestly keep saying that until we get a decent pullback. So it could be. This is related to everything, the ETFs and the companies. You know, could be the market could be topped in right now. Considering it didn't go no higher than this last year. So that's what everybody's looking at really closely right now. The market didn't go no higher than this last year, where everybody's at, where everything's at. And a lot of companies reset because of stock splits. So a lot of stuff changed here within the past 2 years. But right now, Boeing, you know, to the downside could be topped out. And if this is the top, as it was last year, this area was, I'm expecting Boeing to pull back here to about 217 to 215 here to the downside. That'll be a nice little pullback for Boeing. And you may see some buyers step in there. You may not. The selling may flood. So at next levels, if that is the case, is about 213 to 212 to the downside on Boeing. So them the levels I'm looking at closely going into this week, you guys, or next week. JP Morgan, we gonna talk about it. So the banks, as you know, if you don't know, you're new to this. Some banks collapsed. Some banks brought other banks from the collapse. Some banks really went bankrupt. And you know had to end whatever they had going on. So that's why they call it a bank collapse. So now you know now it's this thing with the banks where the banks have been the discussion here as far as politics and economic data here since that happened because that was a real spook in the market. If the Fed didn't step in and help out, you possibly would have seen more banks collapsing. And honestly, they even said that it would still be more banks to collapse. They did say that. So these are things you got to be prepared for. Now, they did say there will be some banks that will recover and really recover, and some make new all-time highs because, you know, you got less banks in the stock market when they collapse. So all this is factoring in on JP Morgan right now. All eyes are on them this week. They've been having a lot of talk about what's his name? Jeffrey Einstein. I don't know. He has something going on with this bank, you guys, and he has something going on with the CEO where they thought something was going on where they were involved, but I think they did. They came to a settlement and they paid off that deal or whatever, and it's over. And that's starting that since that's been over, that CEO has really made a lot of changes to the roster over there at JP Morgan. He brought First Citizens Bank. He brought them. He partnered with Chase Bank. And I think his name, I want to get his name right. I think it's something Dom or something. So should have been right here, but yeah, his name is um something Jamie Dominion or something like that. I don't know. That may not be right, but that his name is something like that in that case. So here it goes right here. Here's a little article about it right here. So what I was just saying basically. So internal JP um, Morgan report provides new details on banks ties to Jeffrey Einstein. So um, basically, it was about all that stuff that was going on with that. They just basically thought this bank had something going on with it, or they did. They found out, but it said the bank this month agreed to pay $290 million to settle basically the lawsuit. They just wanted to clear their name from it, so they're willing to give $290 million to just settle, just to clear their name from this guy and his ties with this guy or whatever, because this guy did a lot of bad stuff apparently. So JP Morgan's trying to show some good and just say, here, it's not about the money. Take $290 million and let's move on. Can we move on with our stock, our investors, and our bank is what they're trying to do. So they're actually trying to look like the superheroes here. And they are. They got it. If they're just handing out $290 million to just settle for something that they don't even feel like they're involved in, then just think about it like that. That's a sign right there to let you know JP Morgan, they're going to be chiming in here on it, once all this bank um, collapse talk go away. And when that go away, it starts to clear the air. Like I said, you're going to find banks being superheroes making all-time highs, or you're either going to find banks really still collapsing. And due to the fact they could start making all-time highs and being superheroes is because, look at the AI sector right now. Look at the AI stuff in the market right now. Look how high that's sending stocks, and the banks are not even involved. So JP Morgan, is a bank right here. Like I said, is one of the top banks. And it looks like it's not a secret. It never was. But it just looks like this is where, this is one of the banks where, it's right there in New York. They're all over the world, all over the globe. And it's time for them. It's time for them since, they were the first when all the bank collapse stuff happened. They were the first to step in and say, hey, we'll buy that bank that's collapsing. Let us own them. They can put their money with our money. Boom, boom. And, look at it. It still hasn't moved. It's just chilling. And then now here it is. They just gave $290 million to clear their name of some stuff that people thought allegations was going on with them, and they're not even involved. Or possibly if they is involved, they still just gave $290 million to just say whatever. We're not. Nobody over here is going to go to jail behind it. Here you can have this. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it looks like a pretty, obvious breakout move is coming here with the bank, JP Morgan here. And like I said, they really haven't moved. Any bank really hasn't moved with this AI rally here recently in the past 3 to 6 months. So just imagine once they do, then you'll actually see that AI stuff really pick up and go higher. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and that's just what it is. Now, if the banks here say, whoa, turn around and, they collapse, obviously all that AI stuff, all that stuff will be overhyped and you'll start to see it start to sell off. It is what it is. So that's what's going on right now in the overall market, and the market is about to side day here soon, and that's what you should be looking out for here with all the banks, not only J.P. Morgan, but you got other banks, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, etc. Look at every bank, all the regional banks, every bank, commercial banks, every bank. Be looking at them because, like I said, that's really the key factor. That's what the Fed speakers, that's what they're really tuned into. That's what they're looking at the most, trust and believe. And Jerome Powell, that's what he had said the most in the last meeting last week. So They're looking at the banks really sharply for a reason. Real reason being that only a select few get it right now and know, but eventually it'll start panning out and making sense. But JP Morgan levels here, you guys. Going into tomorrow, going into next end of this week, next week, going further long term. The levels right now, JP Morgan, you guys, coming up here. They're pushing here. They're pushing here at the highs. I'm looking at the chart. They're pushing here at the highs, and it's looking like it's time for a breakout. So you got to really look 5 years out here on JP Morgan now. The breakout level here is 145. If you break above 145, you guys, JP Morgan can really start to pick up and increase and get to about 152 here to the upside. That's going to be your targets here. That's going to be your breakout level here going towards the future here, going further here with the banks and going towards with JP Morgan. This is going to trigger and show that the rally will go on and AI will continue to push the market higher as well. Whether you like that or not, but that's what's going on. And like I said, the banks are going to push higher, and this is a level here. This is a breakout point here. Like I said, they'll fill this over here. It looks like they're trying to fill this candle here. That'll put them back to the point where, like I said, it's showing very strong strength in this bank specifically, and this can linger to all the other banks, you guys. You got banks like Morgan Stanley, etc. It's a lot of banks. Look into them. But you know what I'm saying? This is one of the top ones here. And this is where, like I said, that $290 million settlement really is clearing the path for them to it's circulating buyers around that. People are like, wait a minute. Why are we not buying the banks? We're buying all this other stuff. We got to buy the stuff that's going to move the other stuff up higher. So people are starting to chime in on it. So that's the upside target here I'm looking out for. Like I said, a 145 break above that. You may see a rally to 152.75 on JP Morgan here. Coming soon, you guys, by the end of this week, possibly next week. So be on the lookout for that breakout to the upside. Now to the downside here, obviously it can go either way. Things may not be good. We're going to see what Powell's testimony is about. And, we are at a topping point. So that's what I'm saying. It's at a topping point where JP Morgan needs to break out. It would be nice for a breakout because, the bank collapsed right there, as you can see. All this red selling right here. So if it looks like it's starting to go back that way, it's not showing a good sign towards the banks. It looks like the banks still may be collapsing, and that may take longer than people are thinking. So these are two scenarios. We're looking at it from both perspectives, obviously. So to the downside here, I'm looking at a 140 break there. If 140 don't hold here to the downside, you guys, the next low level I'm looking at on JP Morgan is about 137 to 135 here to the downside. And like I said, this could be happening by the end of the week, or like I said, maybe tomorrow, by the end of the week for sure, next week. Google. Last but not least, we're looking at Google. AI, remember Google's AI, cheap AI right now still. So Google's to a point where, they could be topping out like the overall market, huh? Right. Looks like we have a top right here. So, at the end of the day, this may not be a top, though, too, at the same time, looking 5 years out. Google still got a lot of room to run. Could just be a nice little pullback. So to the upside levels here, I'm looking on Google, you guys, by the end of the week. Google needs to go ahead and get back above 126.50. You get back above that level, they're going towards their target 128. Google 128 to the upside by the end of the week. Stamp it. Next week is coming soon, you guys. Google, be on the lookout for it. Especially if the market continues to rally like it has been, and we're in a bull market now. The dips are getting brought. So this dip can be brought easily, and this is their target. Just know that's coming, 128 to the upside. If not, no dip being brought here to the downside. If 123 don't hold, the next level is 120 to the downside on Google, you guys. That's just going to give the bears further momentum to the downside, and they'll be bloodthirsty happy at that point if they can get that right there. They'll be bloodthirsty happy. You'll see blood coming out of their mouths and growling. So they'll be really celebrating there. The Bears get Google to 120 here. So be on the lookout for those levels. Going into tomorrow, like I said, that can happen either way there by the end of the week, next week. But that's pretty much it, you guys. That's what we're looking out for. And like I said, FedEx earnings, you guys, that's tomorrow. FedEx earnings is tomorrow. And be on the lookout for that. Word on Wall Street. FedEx is trying to get to 246 to 248 here to the upside. Long-term target here is 265 here. So FedEx is going to make one of those two moves there to the upside here. It may not be tomorrow. It may be like going long here. Just if their earnings is good. Just looking long here. These are levels you need to expect. This is an earnings play. Remember, it's 50-50. You can really do it tomorrow, or it can do it, the next day or the next week, the week after, just like any other day. But the earnings can, it can be special right there doing it right there during the report. So that's the difference. It can go 50-50 for you. To the downside levels here, we'll be looking at FedEx to pull back here at about, they're saying 213 to about 207 here to the downside, 207 to 203, 202. So these are the levels here they're saying here to be looking out for to the downside on FedEx coming soon. Of course, we're going to do a recap tomorrow. We're going to be checking that. FedEx earnings tomorrow after hours, 4 p.m. Y'all tune in, check out that. Make sure LCAOD levels is right. Make sure everything, what I just said, is going to be correct. They're going to do anything I just said right there. So be on the lookout for that tomorrow, you guys. But that's pretty much it, man. Futures right now, stock futures inch lower as investors kick off holidays, shortened week of trading. So it looks like more red right now, currently from the red on Friday out. So, we'll be seeing if the dip gets brought up this time, or it really, like I said, the top is kind of in at this point. So if a little bit more selling, it will be top confirmed in. So, it might be seeing the market flip just here momentarily here due to all what's about to happen and take place. Stock futures inch lower as investors kick off holidays, short week of trading. So that's the futures right now. And we'll see how the market opens pre-market tomorrow, you guys. But remember, we got a short week, but that's pretty much it. I'll see y'all tomorrow with another recap. But this was the recap with LCAOD. Happy Juneteenth. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.